Let's go. Let's go.
You're about to experience the uncensored conversations, stimulating wit, and the thought-provoking wisdom. Bold, raw, and uncut. Right now, on the Lance Scurv Show.
Yes, I mean, it's good to be here again, and it's always a pleasure, to sit down and relate. Because when you have people to relate these things to, you don't want to keep them to yourself. And this is a true blessing, to really sit here and vibes with others that are like-minded. And even those that are not like-minded, you hope that they will really start to listen, at some point. Because there is always negativity, and doesn't matter what we do, there is going to be negativity. But we want you to understand and appreciate this very important point. Whose reality are you living? And when we say whose reality, because many people every day are, as a people, I should say, that we get up every day and we said, well, this is my reality. But is it really your reality? Okay? And one of the points that I want to start with is to show you some basic example that we are not living our own reality. Let's say now you go down to, the supermarket to buy some goods, okay? You go to buy some soap to wash your clothes, or some detergent to wash your clothes, I should say. And then you start picking up Tide, or you start picking up whichever one you want to use. That's just a particular one that comes to mind. Mm-hmm. Who chose that reality for you? Did you decide that that's what you're going to use to wash your clothes? Or did the television in your house decide that for you? Who decide what food you are going to eat? You will say, well, I decide that. But is that really so? Every day we get up and we eat. Some people will go to all these different restaurants, fast food restaurants. One of the famous restaurants that a lot of people go to in the morning is Dunkin' Donuts, because America runs and Dunkin' Donuts. Okay? So the reality is that you are not choosing your own reality because someone is choosing it for you. Someone is determining every day what you are eating, what you are drinking. They decide that. For instance, when it comes to water, okay? Who decide what kind of water you drink? I remember quite a few years ago, they had this thing on television where they were trying to tell you that the tap water is as good as any spring water or bottled water, okay? Purified bottled water. They were saying the tap water is as good as even, or probably even better. But is that a reality? Or someone creating a reality for you? How could a natural water that comes out from a spring be as good as a water that has been contaminated with all kind of things in there that your body does not need? The fluoride, which is a very dangerous thing for you and I, that should not be into the human body in no way, shape, nor form. Okay? The food that you eat, everything that comes in a can. Have you ever asked yourself what they use to preserve the food in the can that you're opening up and giving it to your family? You see, they use these same things as what they use to preserve dead bodies. Okay? They can't we just see this stuff comes out of a can and we say, oh, they just canned the food. But what preventing that food from spoil? How is it that food can stay in a can for more than a year or 2 years or 3 years in a can? Okay? And not spoiling, not going off, that you can't eat it. So those are the reality that is being created for us every day. You see, if we were living in a world where people say, okay, here's your reality from the day that you were born until this very day. If somebody was saying to you, or they was feeding you, just let's say, I know a lot of people not gonna like this, but let's say they were feeding you dog meat, okay? Or you grew up in a country where that's what they eat as a regular staple. You would say that's normal, but is it? You see, But we grew up in an environment where we know cow milk is good for you, make your bones strong. You know, the milk and the meat, you need the protein from these animals.
Lie.
Who come up with these reality? Who create these reality? I got to ask this question. Are you living a God reality? Are you living a human reality? Mm-hmm. Because God created the world. He created the world. And we will say, our people will say that God created everything in the world. But is that really also true? Did God create this food that you are eating that is genetically modified? God did not create this food. What God create? God create the food that is good for mankind. And I ask people the question a lot of times when it comes to your diet and what you're taking into your body. You sit down and you think about it. Most meat, once it's killed, you know what start to happen to the meat? It start decaying. If you catch a fish out of the water, and as soon as that fish die, that flesh starts to rot. Mm. That's why they take the belly out immediately. And they start trying to use salt to preserve the fish from rotting. Mm. Okay? And that is what we are feeding ourselves with. And then, you know, they come up and they tell you, well, Jesus feed these people with fishes and loaves and all those things. But is that a true reality or someone create that reality? So we have to check into things deeply and figure out what is going on. And why are we being sick on a daily basis and not being able to be healed? Okay, we are not getting the cure. We are getting band-aids on the wounds that we are experiencing. Mm-hmm. You get up some days and you're feeling bad, you're feeling sick in your stomach everywhere, and you go to the doctor and the doctor is telling you, well, we run all these tests and everything is fine. Everything is fine, then how come I'm feeling the way that I am? Because they are feeding you things that should never be into the human body in the first place. So again, that's a part of the reality that is being created for you. And even though you go to the doctor, and even before you go to the doctor, you know something is wrong with you and something is terribly wrong. But the thing that you or I don't really appreciate, that these doctors are not there to cure you, because they are also living someone else's reality.
For real.
Okay? And the reality that they are living is a satanic reality. The reality of the world that we are living in is a created satanic reality that has been going on for a long time. And we are so caught up into the satanic reality that we don't know the true reality. Most of us has lost true reality. Television creates a reality for us on a daily basis that is all false. It's all made up. But we think it's true. You see a wedding on TV and that's what you want. So you go out and you will rob a bank in order to create that reality that you're seeing on TV. Mm-hmm. But is that a true reality? Is that the way it's supposed to be? It's not the reality of God. It's a devil-inspired reality. You want the biggest house on the hill, the best car. I'm not saying nothing wrong with driving a nice car. I'm not saying nothing wrong with having a nice house. Right. But who is creating that reality for you? And the system that we live in, the system of white supremacy, which is a devil-inspired system, is creating the reality for us. It's a selfish reality. It's a self-centered reality. Because when you live the God reality, you care about your fellow man. When 6,000 years ago, when these two men was out in the field, Cain and Abel, and he killed his brother, that's where murder start. And that's where white supremacy start. It's a destruction of the human race begins. Mm-hmm. Okay? And it continue down till today. It get worse and worse every day. So the fact is that we are not waking up. We are not coming alive. We are not understanding that we are living in a dying system. The ship is sinking. So your reality is ending. The ending of white supremacy is coming to an end. People get up every day and they panic. What's going on? What's going on? The world is just in a state. It is the reality that is a false reality, a devil reality, that the Creator is going to put into an end. The judgment has been passed on the satanic reality already. So the satanic reality is seeing its last days. If you look at America at this time that we're living in, which is the head of the reality that is being created, this satanic reality is being created. If you look at it and realize right now, look at who they put in front of you to lead over you, to rule over you as king of this reality, is one of the worst person that you could ever imagine. It's a person that have no moral. It's a person that care for no one else but himself. Mm-hmm. If that doesn't teach you that the reality that you're living is a devil-inspired reality, and the people that put such people there, they are part of this devil-inspired reality. When you go to the churches today and you see what's going on in them, they are part of the devil-created, inspired reality. It is not a God reality, because if these things were God reality, then the world would be a place of peace and justice and love. So they are not accomplishing any purpose but the purpose of the devil. They're not trying to accomplish a godly purpose, even though they're telling you, oh, this paradise is going to come and God is going to come down from heaven and make everything better. No. You see, that's the reality that they are trying to create in your mind. But we are the people who God put here first have to recognize the God reality. Even when you look at Africa today, they are not living the God reality. They are living the reality of westernization. They want the political system of westernization. They like the glitz and the glamour of westernization. It's a created reality that is killing us. And so we must expose this satanic reality, because the satanic reality is destroying mankind, every last one of us, man, woman, and children alike. When we look at the history of this reality, it is a history that is full with bloodshed. It's an history that has destroyed billions of people on earth. It could never be a God-inspired reality that you are living. So anyone that is in the house of white supremacy, if you are the house slave in the house of white supremacy, you need to pack your bags, because the true God, or the true Creator, is going to bring this reality to an end. He's going to bring this satanic reality to an end. That is what you're seeing right now, because the judgment is already passed on it. Okay, the court case is over. You're just seeing what is taking place. The plague is setting in, because the foundation of the house is gone. It's only the walls standing up and they are shaking. Just look who is leading you, and that's what it tells you. So when people are talking about politics is the answer, you don't know God. When you're saying religion is the answer, you don't know God. When you're saying education is the answer, you don't know God, because the education that you're talking about and the politics that you're talking about and the religion that you're talking about, it is all westernization. It is a satanic reality. Anytime, if you don't think what I'm saying is so, or if anyone can remember that used to live when white supremacy wanted black people to live by themselves, were black people killing each other? Were black people using guns to kill each other and robbing each other and doing all these bad things to each other? What kind of life were you living? Ask yourself the question. What kind of life were you living before white supremacy allow you to come to their restaurant, to come into their building to buy stuff? What kind of life were you as black people? What kind of world were you living in? Yes, you were not in slavery anymore. Weren't your life better? Weren't your life better? Were you living in ghettos? Who create this reality? Ask yourself those questions. The guns that you are using to kill each other, where did they come from? Did black people manufacture them? It's a satanic reality that is created to destroy you. And as black people, we get up and we take the weapons of a satanic reality and destroy our brothers without a cause. Just if he look at us the wrong way, if he step on your shoes, because you allow the satanic reality to take you over. You see, you allow the satanic reality to take you over, and most of us, like living in the matrix, we decide to continue to take the blue pill. Because we don't want to know the God reality. We don't want to know. It's not important that we come to consensus to say, yes, something is wrong. Because we like to say, when the master house is being burned down, to say, oh, let me get the water hose. I got to save the master's house. Let me get the water. Let me get the bucket. Let me call the fire truck. Let me get all the neighbors round up. Instead of praying for a wind to come with a bigger wind and blow the fire harder, that the master's house will burn down. You see, that's the reality. We need to pray for an end to white supremacy. Not for it to continue. Not for us to continue to try to please something that is destroying mankind. And if white people want to get on the side of right, they must admit that white supremacy is destroying everyone, including they themselves. So anyone can get away from this, but you must admit that the system of white supremacy is destroying mankind. That is his aim, that is his goal, that is their desire. So every day we get up and we look around us and we realize that the system is just falling apart piece by piece. When you get up every day and you realize you're not sure tomorrow if your job is going to be there, because they come up with all these computer systems to take away your job. So how are you going to survive? Is that a good system? Is that a good system?
Say it again.
I said, sweeter than church.
Is it a good system that you get up tomorrow and you don't know if your money is going to be in the bank? Is that a good system?
That's right. Fear. Living in fear.
You work hard for your money. You work hard. You pay Social Security. You pay taxes. You pay Medicare, Medicaid. And you get up tomorrow and you don't know if it's going to be there. Is that a good system? Is that a system that you think that have a future for you? Whether you white, black, pink, or green, if you admit truth, is that a system that is good for you? The system is destroying us. We are a people that need to understand where we are going. But before we know where we are going, we must know where we are coming from. Because white supremacy has chosen to deny God's people of knowledge of self. They have stole you and your identity. And that's the reason why we find ourselves in the plight that we are finding ourselves in. But many of us as black people, unfortunately, love to be the house slave. Because you go to their colleges, you get your education, and you're going to live to please the master. Because you're going to prove to be, hey, master, I'm just like you. And the master is calling you a fool. Because if you know that the master came through you, not the other way around. Isn't that sad? It's like a father trying to be his child, or a mother trying to be her child. Isn't that sad? When the mother could not be the child? You see? So we are in a situation that we must realize the importance of moving away from this bad situation that we find ourselves in. Because it is destroying us. It is destroying the earth. You can hear the earth crying out. You can feel the vibration that all of the blood of the innocent continue to cry out to their creator for justice. Continue to cry out to their creator for justice. You can feel it, you can smell it, you can sense it. It's so thick that you can cut it with a knife. The millions of life. When these people drop a bomb, okay, and Nagasaki and Hiroshima, how many millions of people they killed? That didn't business with nothing that was going on. They were just minding their own business, trying to live. But they were destroyed. Okay? For what? Is that a good reality? It is not. And that's why we must wake up. We must become awakened. The bad food that we are eating is keeping us from being awakened, from coming to reality, from understanding what is really going on. The only way that we're going to see what's going on, we must stop drinking and eating the poison.
For real.
That's the only way you're going to see it. But think about the same Bible that you go to church with in your handbag and in your hand and in your briefcase every day. Think about these important points that you can find in there. Many are called, but few are chosen. Because the majority of man decide to take the path of least resistance. They choose a reality that is going to bring them nothing but destruction. So we have to get out from under that reality. Because it's not a good reality. Because this reality is going to bring your life to an end. A true end. If you come under the God reality, your life is always going to remain. It is never going to go away. Doesn't matter if you die today or tomorrow. Your reality will continue. Because God become your reality. And God reality is a perfect reality. It's a true reality. So you have to decide for yourself. Which reality, just like those two pills that they give you that they choose in the matrix. Choose the red pill. And then you come to see the real reality. Choose the blue pill, and then you continue into the reality that you are in. The reality of destruction. You know one of Bob Marley's famous song, every man have a right to decide his own destiny? Mm-hmm. Because in this judgment there will be no partiality. It's a true fact statement. You see? So we must understand that the reality that they are creating for you, that you accepted, you are deciding your destiny by choosing their reality. You see, the God reality is one of true freedom. True freedom. Not this freedom of illusion. Not a freedom when they say, oh, you got to go kill some people over there because that is going to give you freedom. When it's a lie. Why are you going around and killing your brother? Why are you going around and destroying your brother and saying that is freedom? That is not freedom. Freedom from who? Our freedom from what? That's what we need to understand. That we have to let God help us to see through all of the muck. All of the muck and all of the morass and all of the bad things that they are using to cloud your eye that you can't see. So you have to get away from it. Step out of the box and start to see with your own two eyes, the lens, to feed into that main eye that is going to define what is going on. The only way that that eye can see, you have to clean up your body, clean up the temple of the living God, and put what is good inside of it in order for you to see the reality that you need to see. You will see both reality, and then you can decide which one that you want to choose. Because this is where there is no middle ground. You can't have one foot in one reality and one foot in the other reality. It's either you're over here or you're over here. All of us have to choose. That is a choice. Because there's no neutral ground. You see, because when God is going to destroy the satanic reality, if one of your foot is over there, then your whole body might as well be over there. Because you can't serve two masters. You see, we are our brother's keeper. When the wicked Cain killed his brother Abel, you know what he said? I am not my brother's keeper. And that's what white supremacy always say. They have no brother. They will destroy anyone who get into their way. Anyone who get into their way, they will destroy them. That is a devil reality. Mm-hmm. That is not a God reality. Going around and killing people and making justification for it, that is not a God reality. It is no way that you can be running around and anyone who go against you or don't agree with you, disagree with you, you're going to say, oh yeah, he's the bad guy and I'm the good guy. And right there, if you open your eyes, you will see that something is wrong with that reality. Something is wrong with that reality. So we as people must look into ourselves and see what we are doing. The older people used to say, you need to stop and smell the roses. It's nice sometimes when you get away from the satanic reality and go sit in a park where you don't hear no cars, where you don't hear no disruption. Just listen to the animals, listen to the birds. Because that's the reality that is being drowned out every day, and that is the true reality. They make up all these false noises to distract you from the true reality. You can't hear the bees buzzing when they around the flowers. You don't hear the birds anymore because the reality that you're living is drowning them out. That's what make you vibrate. Why they giving you the food that they're giving you? It have no vibration in it because it's created in laboratories. It's not growing from a living seed. So you can't vibrate. There is no God within you. He's not there. The temple is empty. That's why we eat the way we eat. That's why we think the way we think and we reason the way we do. Because the food that you're eating is dead. The food that you're eating needs to be alive. You cannot catch a live cow and eat it, or a live goat or a live chicken. But when you get some beans and you soak it in water, you can see the beans start to come alive. It releases the gas, so it's getting ready to grow. When you get some fresh plants from the outside, they are alive. You can taste it in them. You can feel the energy transmit into your body immediately. If you want to know about beans, okay, take some beans without soaking them in water and cook them and eat them and see how you make you feel. It will fill you up with gas and all kind of different things and make you feel terrible. But if you soak those beans in water for a few hours, 2, 3, 4 hours, the longer the better, you will see that bean just open up. That means it's ready to grow. Okay? It comes alive. So when you eat that bean, it makes you feel good and you don't have no gas. You're not passing gas. Okay? Because the food is alive. It's an electric charge that is given your body. It's non-polluted.
That's right.
So the reality is then you are getting a taste of the true reality. So the God within must come out. Because you're feeding the temple with the right reality. You see, you are feeding the body with the right reality. The God food, not the lab food.
Yeah.
You see, you have to see that. God is a God of the living and not of the dead. You see, if you look at even the animals that God allowed to eat other animals, you know which one they eat? The sick and the weak. That is going to contaminate the flock. So he put a balance. He put a balance in place. So when you see the lions catching these animals, they're not catching the strong one. They're catching the weak ones. That is going to infect the rest of the flock. So God put them there to create balance in the animal kingdom.
It's true.
Okay? They will never catch the one that is strong. So we must understand the purpose. Look at the purpose. When you sit down, if you watch television and you watch the Discovery Channel and all these different, sit and look and pay attention. Pay attention. Because it's important. Because you want to live the God reality. You want to be a part of that. Because that means life. And continued life. You see, these people want to tell you about all these things. That, oh, if you follow their reality, what is going to do for you. Even though it doesn't make any sense if you sit down and think about it. It doesn't really add up. If somebody tell you 2 and 2 is 3, you say that person is stupid. But we believe that every day.
Right.
When you think about it, that is what the satanic system is telling us. If you do this, this is going to happen. Look and think listen to this for a minute. Here is people who work hard for many years of their life, 30 years, 40 years, whatever amount of years they work, okay?
Too much.
And all of a sudden, okay, you say, oh, I'm getting ready to retire. Then all of a sudden, all the retirement money disappear. Because there's a recession or a crash.
You see that?
Thinking like something is wrong with this picture. But we don't, you just get up and say, oh, well, I got to go do it all over again.
It's crazy.
And so the people that create the reality from you, they keep sucking you dry. They take away all the hard-earned money that you put there. Okay? Where's the money where is your money going to disappear to?
Right. Somebody else's pockets.
You see?
Yeah.
So we have a reality that is creating for us it is giving us stress. It is giving us cancer. It is giving us diabetes. It is giving us arthritis. It is giving us every disease, heart attack, every kind of cancer, every kind of maladies that we can think of. This reality is given to us. And they are telling you, it's one. Then they create a medical system, okay? A medical system that is also going to help to destroy you.
And you run right to it, thinking it's going to help you.
Right. You got these pharmaceutical companies that creating all synthetic medicine, not real medicine, all synthetic medicine. To say this is going to cure you. Take these pills. Okay? They don't say it's going to cure. This is going to help you. That's what they usually say. This is going to help you.
Help you get to the casket and make them rich.
Okay? And when you go to the hospital...
Wait, Yeah, Brother Dusty, yeah, we hear you. And
Yeah, hey.
let me just say one thing real quick, like a little commercial going on here, right? We got Instagram, we got Periscope Live, we got YouTube. For the folks who are on Instagram and Periscope, you can come on in and see the full screen on YouTube, on my YouTube channel, Lance Scurv, the same spelling. And if you want to call in, you can call in at 888-575-3769. Again, that's 888-575-3769. It's right there on the bottom of the screen on the YouTube screen. So for the folks on Instagram and Periscope, you can join us and hear Brother Keston. And for those who are asking, Brother Keston is my brother-in-law. I'm so happy I got the best brother-in-law in the whole world. He's not talking about going out to the bar, going out to the titty bar, going to get high. We're in here speaking truth, and he is on a righteous flow. Brother Dusty, we're going to have something to do later on tonight. Let Keston finish up flowing, and I want to have you come in when Keston's flowing because this is something divine tonight. Go ahead, Keston, but we're going to talk, Dusty. Stay with us.
Yeah, so, you know, so what I'm saying is to you, when you look at all of these things that is happening, okay, all the disease, everything that we are facing, the AIDS, the this, the that, all of these things, this is a reality that is creating to destroy us. And so we have to stop and check and say something is wrong here, but we run into, every time we get sicker and sicker, we run into the same doctors that is giving us the bad medicine. You see? We don't say, okay, something is wrong here. We're saying westernized medicine is the best thing. No. The African, if you go back, because when it comes to African medicine, it is not just to treat the symptoms, or to fix the symptoms, or to floss over. It is holistic. That means the whole body need to be cleansed. The whole body need to be fixed. Because usually when there's a problem, it starts with the stomach. Okay, it starts with the stomach because that's where all your digestive, your food that you eat rather, goes to digest and go and feed the brain, feed every part of the body. So that's where everything starts. So when you're eating the food that is destroying you, then all the headache is telling you that something is wrong here with what you're eating. You get rid of it, you get rid of the headache. But the premise of white supremacy, or the satanic reality that you're living, is giving you a pill to say, this is for migraine. Do you really have a migraine, or do you have something that is terribly wrong with you on the inside? That your brain is telling you, stop doing this because you're killing me. Mm-hmm. So you're driving out the God within you, and you're allowing the devil to come in because these things that they are giving you to cure you, they are not alive. When you get the African medicine, they get a live plant. Okay? They get a live plant and they give that live plant to you because that live plant is what is going to drive out whatever is in you that is causing the issue or causing the problem. Because their thing is to get to the root. In order for you, if a tree that you have in your yard that was bearing good fruit, and all of a sudden you see the fruits are bad, do you cure the leaves? Or do you cure the branches? Or do you get to the root and start to dig up around the roots to see what is going on with the tree? What is going on with the roots? Maybe the roots are dying. So it's time to cut the tree down. And that's what we need to realize. That we must get to that. To get rid of the problem, we have to get to the root of the problem. When we look in this country and around the world, when we look at black community, there's ghetto. How many white ghettos do you know? How many? You can tell me that there's trailer park or whatever it is. But they don't consider that to be a ghetto. And you don't hear them around there shooting, killing one another every day. But what I'm saying is, these ghettos that are created, the reality of these things is a continuation of a devil-inspired reality. So we really want to get away from that. Because that is the reality that is destroying us. That's why we're not growing. That's why we haven't got any better. Because we are living the wrong reality. Because there's a reality that is being created for us. And as black people, we need to put a check mark. We need to say that something is wrong here. Ask the question, why is life continue in the way that it does? And they will tell you everything that you can imagine to say to you, oh, you're not trying hard enough. Oh, you're not this enough. Oh, you're not that enough. Oh, you're on a level playing field right now, when you're never on a level playing field. You see, let me show you a little spin. White people, for instance, in America, I'm just going to give you an example. White people in America will say to you, even till today day, okay, take the case of O.J. Simpson. White people will say that O.J. Simpson, they know for sure, killed Nicole Brown Simpson and Ron Goldman, okay? Most white people that you talk to will say that, okay? Even though a jury of his peer says very clearly that this person, we find him not guilty. Their reality and your reality is two different reality. Okay? I'm just showing you an example. Because when you look at the whole situation, and I'm not telling you that this man did it or he didn't do it. But I'm showing you, if it was another way around, where a white man killed a black couple, in that sense, it would be a whole different situation. You see, or a white man kill a black guy, it's a whole different reality. Just like if most of us as black people realize when they put up a stand your ground law in the state of Florida, stand your ground only applied to white people, not to black people. The only way to stand to black people unless black people killing black people. But if you go out there and a white man is doing something to you and you pull a gun and shoot him, you will go to prison. Don't tell nobody about standing your ground. So what reality are you living in? You see, there is no balance in the reality. There is no true justice in the reality. Okay? So we have to realize that this is important, that we take stock. Our foreparents fought that we should be here today. But if they were to come back today and see us, would they be proud or would they be sad? Would they be happy to see us in the state that we are? Would they be happy to see young black men walking around on the street with their trousers hanging off them and their underwear showing? Would they be proud? Would they be proud when they see the state, what black people are in today? You see, those are the things we don't ask ourselves. So we are losing out. Because the fact is, what they fought for, we are giving it away. We are still begging. We are still standing at the door. We are open because they give us all kind of false reality. You tell your child, listen, you got to get to college because you got to get that basketball scholarship. You have to get that football scholarship. You have to get that baseball scholarship. How is that helping your child? How much of them is going to make it to that? How much of them? So whose reality are you living? When your child doesn't get to where he think he was going to get, even if he's the best of the best, and they decide that that is not going to be his reality, what are you going to do? You see? So they're giving you something to hold on to that is not there. So why don't you create your own reality? Why don't you take the reality that God has given to you, because he gave you a brain just like he gave everybody a brain? Everyone will say, "Oh, I can't do this for myself. I can't go and start a business for myself." Yes, you can. They just give you a reality that you always be afraid to do anything for yourself because you're afraid to fail. You see? You are afraid to fail. Why are you afraid to fail? Because they teach you to be afraid. That's why you don't try. So you're destroying what God gave you. You're burying your talent. The talent that God gave you. In yourself, you know that you are smart. But you allow them to convince you that you are not. You see the reality? God don't make dumb people. God don't make stupid people. God makes smart people.
That's right.
But people create a reality. The devil create a reality and tell you that you're stupid. Just like the devil create a reality and tell you that you're ugly. Just like the devil tell you that black is bad. That's what the devil do. God don't create stupid or ignorant people. Devil create ignorant people. Why would God create ignorant people? Why would God create illiterate people? That is not the God way. That is not the God reality. That is the devil create that reality for you. The devil create the reality of a ghetto. The devil create the reality of poverty. The devil create the reality of destruction. God doesn't destroy good. Only the bad he will get rid of. People make you feel bad because the way you look. That is not a God reality. God put you here as a perfect piece of work of art.
Unique.
And every individual are unique in his own way and in his own right. So when you look yourself in the mirror and you don't allow this devil reality to tell you that you are not a good looking person. Don't allow this devil reality to tell you that you are not pleasing. Because that is not the God reality. Why would God make something ugly? Have you ever asked yourself that question? God doesn't make anything that is ugly. Who determines what is ugly and what is pretty? Who determines that? It's a devil-inspired reality that determines that. Because everything that God created, he said, he created all these things and he said it was good. So who created bad? The devil. The devil. So get out of that reality. Because the reality that you're living is destroying you. It is going to bring your life to a total end. So you have to wake up and come to soberness. Step away from that reality. If you want to live, if you want to enjoy life, true life, if you want to enjoy true freedom, that you don't live in fear, you don't walk in fear, and neither do you sleep in fear. Don't be afraid of the guns that they are creating. Don't be afraid of the bombs that they are creating, because they cannot destroy your maker. And if they can't destroy your maker, they can never destroy you. If they can't destroy your creator, they can never destroy you. They will kill you today and he will bring you back tomorrow if he chooses to do so. So never be afraid of nuclear weapons. Never be afraid of guns. Never be afraid of the police. Never be afraid of any government. Because the creator who creates you tell you be in fear of no man. Every weapon that rise up against you, he will put them down. Yeah, they might shoot you, but he will bring you back.
Temporary.
See?
Only temporary.
He said, look here, when he asks about this man being dead or this man being alive, he says all his servants are as good as being alive to him. He's not a God of the dead, but of the living. The creator is a God of the living. He's the God of the living. So none of his people are dead. Only the satanic people are dead. Only the people that choose the satanic reality are dead. So we have to realize the importance of living a God reality and get away from the devil-inspired reality. The devil-inspired reality is not good for you. It's not good for your children. You see, you look around you today, everything is falling apart. Everything around you is falling apart. The so-called American dream. You see, because, you listen to the words. It's a dream. It's not a reality. When people sleep, they dream. When people are awake, they live. So I tell people, I don't dream. I don't live dreams. Because that is not reality. Every day you get up, you should set a goal for yourself and try your best to attain it. That is reality. That is the God's way. Always look to your Creator for the guidance and not to human, not to people like yourself that is trying to destroy you and destroy the God reality that is in you. Because God gives you everything that you need to create a destiny for yourself. That's how wonderful your Creator. He don't even choose your destiny for you. He gives you the right to choose for yourself and to create that destiny for yourself. But we allow the devil system to create our reality. And it is destroying us. We have no freedom in the satanic reality. In the God's reality, you have true freedom. You have true peace of mind. You see, so we have to step out of that. We have to step out of this reality that is destroying us and live in the God reality where we can be happy people. Where we can be people that are confident. Where we can be people of peace and love and unity. The devil reality doesn't create unity. That's why they have to keep building weapons of destruction to destroy people. That is not a God reality. If you live in a God reality, why would you need to make nuclear weapons? Oh, I'm afraid of the enemy. You're afraid of all of the blood that you have shed. And you know that you have to answer to someone at some time. Because the blood of those innocent are crying out. And that's why you keep on creating weapons of mass destruction. But the person who controls all the energy of the universe is going to destroy you and your weapons of mass destruction. That's the side that you want to be on. You want to be on the side. You want to be in the reality of the one who created the universe. Because when he's going to destroy the satanic reality, there's nothing that anyone can do. You think nuclear weapon is something? That is nothing. That is nothing. That is like somebody coming to you with one of the biggest weapons in the world and you trying to go up against him with a slingshot or a stone.
A water pistol.
Okay? There you go, a water pistol. Okay?
That's right. That's right.
So the one who create true reality is the best place that you want to be under his guidance, under his supervision. Because he's going to protect you from any harm that they can try and bring to you. You see, their reality is not true reality, so walk away from it. I know it sounds like I'm saying it, I'm making it easy. I know it's not easy. It is not easy, but it is your life, depends on it. So think. Your life depends on you. If someone was to come and said, listen, here is a situation, choose life or death. Choose the red pill or the blue pill? You have to decide. I can't decide for anyone. And I don't want to. I only want to decide for me. All I am is a messenger. You see, I choose my reality. So you have to choose your own reality. You see, because at the end of the day, we all have to answer to the Supreme One. Whether we are in Satan's reality or we are in his reality. But when we are in his reality, we don't have to worry about nothing. Isn't that wonderful? Isn't that give you peace of mind? When you are on his side of the issue that is taking place, you don't have to worry. You can sleep in peace, and you will wake up in peace, and you will always walk in peace. That's the best reality that I ever had. And I don't want no other. I don't care where the person come from and promise me. I don't want it.
No, we don't. Brother Keston. I'm going to say it. Every time we have a chance to break wisdom and share, it's phenomenal. But tonight, what you think, sweetheart? Come on. You're off camera, but we can hear you loud and clear.
I'm just sitting there enjoying every bit of it. It's very interesting. Very interesting. This, man, there's so much. It's so much to learn every day. And, to hear it from my brother is like, we just don't know how blessed we are every day that God has blessed us with life. And, for me, I'm just grateful for every minute and to have my brother in my life. And,
yes, indeed.
It's a blessing.
It really is, man. We're not just saying this for just people on the camera, but,
and God has blessed you with something for you to tell all of us and share with us so we all can learn together. And every day we're growing, together and learning more every day. And it's a beautiful thing. It's a really beautiful thing. And I know that I'm grateful, and it's a truly blessing. And I know a lot of person out there is really blessed from it and learning, from this every day. And
there's so much to learn every day and to strive for. And we're not going to keep this going any more longer, because I know once Keston says his thing, that's you ain't going to pull no more out until the thoughts come.
Did you have somebody on the line?
Yes, Brother Dusty. I know you're here. We let Keston exhaust what he has for now. You know what I mean? And Brother Dusty, man, we're going to do our thing later on. Yeah, we still going to do our thing later on. I got to make a run out, and we're going to come back, and we're going to get down with you tonight. But I want you to formally introduce you to Brother Keston. And let me just say one thing real quick. For those who just tuned in on Instagram and Periscope, you can go to YouTube and see the whole entire thing on my channel, Lance Scurv. Make sure to subscribe. Make sure to share. Make sure to spread the word, because we do this every single week. And it's phenomenal. Brother Dusty, we've done shows before. You're an engineer. You have your books out there. Another phenomenal individual. I just want to hear you two both vibe for a little while, hear what you have to say, and just know that we're going to come back later on, and we're going to have our show with Brother Dusty. No matter how late, we're not going to say an exact time. It's going to be late. But how do you feel about what you just heard right now? And give us your input.
Okay, let me say this right quick, Brother Lance. We may have to do the show tomorrow.
No problem.
Because I have been, for those listening, I've been informed by my executive officer, i.e. my wife, my better half, that my kids have swim practice at 8 o'clock.
Oh, no. That's priority, brother. No, that's priority. Look, this studio is not going anywhere. Tomorrow night. That's even better.
But let me say this.
Yes.
First of all, brother, and to everyone, I apologize. This brother and I, we talked earlier in the week. We said, hey, we're going to get down Friday night, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
Man, I got to, Friday is the day we normally fry fish, so I was frying fish.
Right.
And I got a notification that you were broadcasting live. I said, oh, snap, I forgot we was.
No. We do this all the time around this time. And what we're going to do is going to be a little later. So, but yeah, no, it's no problem.
No. Let me say this.
Yes.
I plugged in and I was listening to your brother-in-law. I got that right?
Yes.
Keston?
Yes, Keston.
Brother Keston.
Yes.
Brother Keston, my name is Dusty Walker. Brother Lance and I have become good friends over the last, year and a half?
Yes, indeed.
And I mean, I was going to tell you, brother, I really have no follow-up. That brother hit on so many different topics that we have covered and we have not covered.
Right. Straight for the divine.
Of course, he sparked so many thoughts because, I'm just going to say this. I was raised Christian. I was raised Baptist. I converted my family over to African Methodist Episcopal. But the bottom line is the brother went deep. I mean, this ain't no King James. This ain't no, New Revised Version. This brother was speaking truth.
Deep and raw.
And the thing is, and you know what, though? Brother Keston, what I was going to say is not only were you talking about things from a quote-unquote Christian perspective, but you were talking about things from just a universal perspective because some of the things that you talked about, I have read. Anybody that has a what's the word I'm looking for, Brother Lance? If you have it, we know that this is a war. We know that we are in both a spiritual and physical and economic war right now. We are fighting for our very survival and prosperity. And the thing is, I read Hagakure, the Code of the Samurai. And the brother that wrote that code back in the 1700s, back during the height of the samurai era, he said the very, core of their philosophy is every day you are supposed to be doing something.
Yes.
Every day you are supposed to say, there is more that I can do. Right. Because even the Christian Bible says that it is a sin to be lazy. And even the Christian Bible says that the righteous know that they will die. So if you know that you are going to die, you know that you cannot postpone it, whether it be today, tomorrow, or 30 years from now. You know that you only have a limited amount of time on this earth.
So true.
So we are not to waste it. Whether you are, a bus driver or a college professor or whatever your chosen profession is, you are supposed to be striving.
Yes.
So anyway, that's it. I can't follow up. I'm done. I'm going to mute it and listen.
Well, I appreciate the thoughts. It's nice talking with you, and for me, it's a pleasure really to do what I do, because I do what I do because I am moved to do it. By the Spirit of the Almighty, I'm moved to do these things. I'm not doing it because, I'm looking to be famous, because I don't need fame. Fame is not necessary. It's not a part of who I am. My thing is this: before I do this, most people know me as a very, quiet person that does not, get in certain ways. Because like I tell people, I used to run away from my Creator because my Creator is directed me one way and I decide to go the other many times over. But when my Creator Spirit come to me and says, enough is enough, it is time for you to speak, I had to speak. I have no choice. And I don't want it any other way. I'm happy to do it. Because every day, just as you said, when I wake up, I should do the things that my Creator asks of me. Because when He created me, He done something wonderful. Just like when He created everyone else, He done something wonderful. So we should be quick to do whatever He asks of us without hesitation. And we have to help to uplift each other. We have to help to get the persons or the people that are in dire strait, that are losing their lives unnecessary. We have to wake up and show them the way. It is up to each individual if they take it or they walk away from it. So we want to make sure that we are not blood guilty at the end of the day. Because the reality is that we must do what he asks of us. It is going to make our life better. It is going to give us more peace, no matter what people do to us. So you can't be afraid of death. You cannot be afraid of that. Okay? Because the Creator put us here to carry out a purpose. And so we are carrying out the purpose of the Creator. And if we carry out the purpose of the Creator, we never have to fear death. And we never have to worry about none of these things. So it's all a blessing. You see, and if you stop living man reality, the satanic reality, then you will recognize these things and you will never be afraid and you will always enjoy working for the Creator because it's the best work that you can do. Even though you do your physical work, when you do the Creator's work, even when you're doing your physical work, He will inspire you. He will make you get better and better at what you do every day. And you will start to really enjoy life. You see, just flying on a plane and going from place to place, that's not really enjoying life. I'm not saying it's not wonderful. It's good to experience these things. It's good to travel. It's good to meet people. But the best thing that any one of us can do is to do what the Creator asks of us. That is joy and satisfaction in it. You see, so when we are enlightened by the Creator, we have to enlighten our brothers and sisters. We have to open up their hearts and their mind and give them the word that they may be able to see. Because people are walking around blind. You see, so we have to help to remove the veil from their faces. You see, because even though we come from that dark place, that dark womb, and we was born, and so we see light, but some of us come out of the womb, and we never see light. We're always walking in ignorance and in darkness, because it's the satanic veil is there, because you are eating that bad food from in your parents' womb. From in the place of creation, you are eating the bad food. You are being poisoned for a long time. So it is hard for some of us, you see, to get out of that place. So in order for us to come forth and see light, we have to transition. So we have to pray for those that are in darkness, that there will be a light shine upon them. And it's not going to shine upon everyone, unfortunately, because the majority of mankind, we have to say, they are marked for destruction, because the fact is that they love the system that was created for them by the satanic world that they are living in. It's unfortunate, but any one of us can escape. And if every man want, they can escape. But most of us human beings, unfortunately, will choose the path of least resistance, which is the satanic reality that is created for you. So it's important that we listen. We don't just want to hear, we want to listen with our true ear. And we want to see with our true eye. Because that is what's going to help us to escape from the satanic reality into the true reality, the God reality. And that is going to be the best thing for us. That is life, that is living, that is refreshing. So I say, may blessing fall upon each and every one of us. And I will say peace and love until next time.
Make sure to check out the boldest blog at lancescurv.com and follow Scurv on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube under Lance Scurv.